Hey friends, welcome back to This Homemade Life. If you are new, I am Courtney, and today we are going to cook up some breakfast for my family for this week because I'm going to be gone, taking my youngest two out of town, and I'm leaving my husband and my oldest here, and I want to make sure they're well fed. But we're going to do things a little bit different. My friends over at Redchef sent me these pots and pans, and I am super excited to try them out and to share them with you guys. I do want to take a minute to thank you all for joining me here with my sponsor content. It really does support the channel when you guys watch this stuff. So I am so grateful that you are here. All right, let's jump right in and open these up. Friends, I am so super excited to be working with Redchef. I have been looking at new pots and pans for a while now, and this was the perfect opportunity for me to try some out, and I have got to tell you, I am in love. There are so many awesome features about them that have just made me so happy, but let's start off with the packaging. I love how well they came packaged. There was no damage done in shipping, and you guys all know how rough the mail and like UPS and FedEx can get with some of these packages, but these are really safe and secure, and they are packed in 100% eco-friendly packaging, which I think is also super awesome. I'm pulling them out here. This is a 5-piece set. It's got 2 skillets, 1 sauce pot, a lid, and then the handle. The handle is probably my favorite part. I will be showing you guys that in just a second. I love it. But as you can see, everything is well wrapped and just nice and secure in there. Nothing was scratched, dinged, or dented. So I'm just going to kind of remove all the tissue paper and stuff. Built for healthy cooking. I love that. I've heard a lot about like I use the non-stick cookware. I'm sure you guys have seen it in my videos. It's not a very old set of pots and pans. I probably had them for around 2 years now, and I've heard a lot of dangerous stuff about them here recently in the news, like what they leach into your food, the chemicals and stuff. I'm one of those people that I'm trying to become a little bit more aware about what's in my food. I know I've talked about things like migraines before that I get and my son gets and stuff, and I am learning that there's a lot of stuff in our food that might be causing that, so we're kind of playing around with different things, but as I learn, I'm learning so much more, like the cookware. I've also kind of tried to move over to using glass storage containers in my kitchen because I've heard stuff from reheating plastic, even if it's BPA free, sometimes it still like leaches stuff in your food. So I'm just trying to make healthier choices, and ceramic cookware is definitely something I have been looking at, trying to move away from my traditional non-stick, but I still want like good quality cookware. I don't want stainless steel. I've had it before. Everything sticks to it. I have the hardest time with it. So I really have been leaning towards ceramic cookware, and this gave me a great opportunity to try it all out. And there you can see I've just kind of unboxed everything that came in the package. Now let's talk about this cookware. It's really nice and sturdy. It's not lightweight. You can really tell it's going to hold up in the cooking process. That's the handle right there. My favorite part. I'm sure you guys have noticed I don't have a huge kitchen here, so I do have limited storage space, and things like pots and pans and their handles take up a lot of room. It makes it hard to store them. This one handle works on all 3 of these pots. It is removable. It just clips on into place, as you can see there, just with a trigger on the bottom. It's very simple and it's very sturdy. Look at that. The pot's holding on. It's not coming loose at all, but when I'm ready, I just push that little button right there and it slides right off. I love that. It saves so much space. I love the lid too. It is glass with silicone edging on it, so it has a really great seal. I did already cook some rice in it. That's one of my testers. Like if your lid holds well enough to cook some rice, I think we're okay. And this one did. So I was very excited about it. These were so easy to use, and like I said, they didn't take up excessive room in my cabinets. Without all the handles sticking everywhere, it's so much easier to store them and keep them put away. So that handle is definitely my favorite feature. And they are, this is a smaller set. I've got the 2 skillets and the sauce pot, and this is perfect. I mean, this is basically what I use week to week. These would be, if you've watched my cooking channel, aside from a spaghetti pot, this is really my go-to. I have a big skillet. I do a smaller skillet for grilled cheese and eggs and stuff like that throughout the week. And then I have my sauce pot, and that is my go-to. So this is the perfect set. So let's get in the kitchen and make some breakfast. I'm heading out of town, as I said. I want to make sure my guys are well fed. We're going to make some green chili bacon breakfast burritos. We love breakfast burritos in this house. So I'm going to start off by chopping up some poblano peppers. I think I actually did a total of 2. I thought about using roasted green chilies in the can, but then I was like, you know what, fresh is best. So I went ahead and just kind of diced these up, and I'm going to cook them in a skillet and get a little bit of color on them. And these come out tasting absolutely fabulous. I would definitely say try this instead of the canned stuff. These had so much beautiful flavor, and pairing them with bacon is insane. It is so good. But I mean, like, what's not good with bacon, really, you guys? um, these are the nice thing about poblanos, they're not hot. Sometimes they get a little heat to them. Typically they don't, so they just offer so much fantastic flavor. Of course, you could use like bell pepper or something if you wanted to, and if you want the heat, go for the jalapenos. Those would be fantastic as well. But do keep in mind, if you're going to cook them like I'm going to, it will up the heat level. So if they're already kind of hot, they're going to get more of a bite once you kind of saute them on your stovetop. So I do have some bacon there. I cooked this the other day and people have just been munching on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop it up now so I can add it in there. It's like probably half a pack of bacon. That's about all I had left. We've just been using it for like sandwiches and stuff like that. It was a really big pack. I like to do that. I cook a whole pack of bacon, you know, on the weekends, and then we just use it throughout the week for different things. I don't do it every weekend, but it is nice and convenient when I do it. I like the stuff that you buy at the store that's in the bag that's already chopped and everything, but I gotta say this definitely tastes a lot better, and I definitely prefer the texture of cooking my own bacon and stuff. So I've got my skillet heating up over here. Look at that, over direct flame, because I do have a gas stove. So it's going to be sitting on top of the fire the whole time I use it, but it does not scorch, it doesn't discolor, none of that. It holds up so beautifully. So I do have just a tiny bit of oil that I just kind of brushed on the bottom of that skillet. It didn't need much at all. And look at the food just gliding around. I mean, really, there is no sticking at all. It's like butter. I'm in love. I've never cooked on ceramic cookware before, so this was really fun for me to get to try out, and I absolutely, positively love it. Everything just glides across it. I cooked those peppers so they started to get a little bit of color on them, and that's how I know they would have that beautiful roasted flavor. And then I went ahead and added in my bacon pieces that I just chopped up. I let those cook for just a few minutes, and then I'm just going to toss in some scrambled eggs. I did add a little bit of salt to my scrambled eggs, but that was it. I didn't want any flavors bogging all of this down. I really wanted to taste the pepper and the bacon and everything. And look at these eggs. Look at that. They don't stick at all. Even my non-stick cookware, the eggs stick. They stick a lot more than this. This is so fantastic. I gotta say, I'm absolutely in love with it. I will have a link down below in the description box if you guys are interested in purchasing yourself a set of these pots and pans. They are sold on Amazon, so I'm super excited to share that with y'all. I'm really, really happy with these. I just couldn't believe the non-stick, how well it worked. I was super excited. And the cleanup was also incredibly easy. It's like they just wipe clean. I do believe these are dishwasher safe. I don't ever put my pots and pans in the dishwasher. I'm always a stickler for hand washing them. One, I have a small dishwasher, so pots and pans take up a lot of room. And two, I just always feel like it prolongs the life of your pots and pans to just hand wash them. Same thing with knives. I never put like my chopping knives or anything in the dishwasher. I always hand wash those just to take extra care of them. They're tools in my kitchen that I always want to last the longest. So I am a little bit more careful with those at all times. But these were just such a joy to work with, and I really am thankful for Redchef for sharing these with me, because I am in love with them, and I'm excited to share them with all of y'all as well. All right, friends, those eggs are done. I like to transfer them to another container just to kind of let them cool a little bit. I used to work with them when they were super hot. It is easier to roll a burrito whenever your filling is cool enough to handle. Plus, I was waiting for my son to bring me the burrito-sized tortillas. I discovered all I had in my fridge was just the smaller ones, and that simply will not do for burritos. But look at that. Nothing stuck. No discoloration at all from sitting on that open flame. It looks like I don't even have to wash it, but I mean, of course I will, because sanitation, right? But look at that. I probably could have just wiped it out with a paper towel. Nothing is in there. I just ran a little water over it and then did a little bit of soap and a quick wipe down just to make sure there was no like grease or anything left over from the bacon. These were so easy to clean, and they cooked everything just beautifully. Like I said, it's my first time using ceramic cookware. I was super excited, and I am in love. I will have a link, like I said, down below for their products so that you guys can check them out for yourselves. I'm just really, really pleased with these. Again, cleanup was a breeze, no discoloration. You gotta love that. my other nonstick cookware, I always, with eggs, always still end up having to scrub some parts of it because eggs always stick to them. But with this, they didn't, so I'm super duper impressed. All right, so let's head on back over to the counter. I've got my tortillas now, and it is time to roll some burritos. I like to use cling wrap to store mine. I roll them up individually and wrap them, and I just feel like it's easier to reheat them. They kind of steam in there so the tortilla doesn't get hard, and I don't have to worry about unwrapping anything before I put them in the microwave. I am very generous with my fillings. You can always add cheese to these. This one I'm making here is for my oldest, so if you guys are new here, he does not eat cheese. He doesn't like it, so I didn't put any on his. I always label the burritos, you'll see me do that in a minute, so that we know whose is who, so I can put cheese on mine or my husband's. Now I just tuck those ends up as you see, make it nice and tight, roll it up, and then I wrap it up in that cling wrap, and just make sure it's fully covered and wrapped nice and tight and ready to be reheated. This is such a convenient breakfast. You can freeze these as well, and they last a pretty decent amount of time in your freezer. Now I just like to grab my Sharpie and just write a name on the outside so everybody knows whose is whose. That way Xander doesn't get one with cheese in it, or my husband and I do get the ones with cheese in it. It just makes life easier. But that is it for today's video. These breakfast burritos were absolutely fantastic. So if you've not tried cooking some poblano peppers and adding them in like roasted green chilies, they pair with bacon beautifully. You're going to love it. And I do want to take another minute to thank Redchef for sponsoring today's video and sending me this cookware. I'm in love. There will be a link down below for you guys, so I hope you guys will try it out as well. Have a fantastic week, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.